Instinctively or otherwise, rolling. Oh. He's here! He's here! Yeah.
Hey everyone, it's Wrestling Oracle back with another video. How are you all doing? Now that SummerSlam has concluded, what a fantastic evening it was. Numerous title changes, Roman Reigns making a comeback, R and Dom breaking up, a chaotic Judgment Day, and much more. In an unexpected turn of events, Roman Reigns made his much-awaited return to the WWE Universe at SummerSlam 2024, putting fans on edge. The big dog's comeback could not have come at a better time, as he played a critical role in Cody Rhodes' hard-fought triumph. Cody Rhodes faced a dangerous opponent, and it appeared that the odds were stacked against him. However, just when all hope seemed lost, Roman Reigns appeared from the shadows, his legendary soundtrack resounding around the full arena. The crowd erupted in a whirlwind of screams and acclaim as Reigns made his approach to the ring, his sights set on Solo Sikoa, who had been inflicting havoc on Rhodes all bout. With tremendous intent in his eyes, Reigns lunged at Sikoa, knocking him down with a thundering spear. The crowd went berserk as Reigns shifted his focus to Rhodes' opponent, assisting Cody in securing the pin and claiming victory. The moment constituted a classic turning point in the match, with Reigns' quick intervention making all the difference. As Rhodes celebrated his victory, Reigns stood tall by him, demonstrating the two WWE superstars' strong connection. First, we kick off with the Women's World Championship match as champion Liv Morgan takes on Rhea Ripley. Morgan does her best to duck Rhea, but she can't run forever. Once Rhea gets her hands on the champion, it looks like it's all over. However, Morgan targets Ripley's shoulder and goes to work until the Eradicator pops her dislocated shoulder right back in. Rhea closes in for the win until Dirty Dom distracts the referee, allowing Morgan to hit the Oblivion on Ripley on a steel chair. It's over. 1, 2, 3. Liv Morgan retains the Women's World Championship, but after the match, Dirty Dom makes out with a seemingly surprised Morgan. Yeah, that's right. Rhea Ripley and Dominik Mysterio are now over. In recent weeks, there have been a lot of rumors and discussions about new WWE mid-card belts for the women's division. Bayley discusses the new women's belts in WWE. It's no secret that there are a ton of titles available in the women's division across all three WWE brands, so adding more titles to the division on paper sounds like a smart idea. However, many supporters are skeptical as to whether the women's mid-card titles will receive the time and consideration necessary to mean something and be regarded seriously. Bayley made a really valid point when she recently went on the Hall of Fame podcast to talk about the escalating rumors of new women's titles. She said, quote, "Of course, sure, that's what the NXT Women's North American title is doing right now in NXT. Something like that is what I would really love to see. That sounds really wonderful to me. As happy as I am of the women's tag team titles, I also often emphasize that they don't always get that time. Those matches don't come their way every time. First of all, I hope things take off and that the women's tag division gets some recognition and appears on these pay-per-views alongside us. We haven't been able to have a match where it's like, yeah, we've solidified the women's tag team division, but I just feel like they need a little more TLC and love because ladies have been able to hold them. Let's introduce one more now. However, I'm confident that it will help many other women shine when that does occur." Final quotation. And Bayley raises a point that is flawless. In the beginning of 2019, the women's tag team titles were introduced. They were active for a while under Vince McMahon's leadership and are still active under Triple H's leadership as well. However, the women's tag team titles have fought terribly for adequate care and attention under each of those regimes. Sometimes the division seems a little thin. Tag teams appear to be cobbled together at random, and even the real champions themselves can fade into obscurity on television. Therefore, Bayley's approach is that, before adding additional women's titles, let's make sure to take care of the ones you already have that still require adequate establishment. She's correct. It does seem a little absurd to add additional titles at this point, given how hard it is for the ones that have been around since 2019 to have any kind of relevance. Thus, that is unquestionably the main reason for concern regarding the newly reported mid-card titles for the women's division. Is there truly enough time and focus to give the women's world titles, tag team titles, and the recently added mid-card titles due consideration? Everyone is thinking about that. So if new women's belts are coming to WWE after all, maybe everything gets straightened out. As United States Champion Logan Paul takes on LA Knight, Paul attacks Knight from behind, but LA quickly recovers and pummels Knight outside the ring. It's a back-and-forth bout until Paul hits the KO punch, only for Knight to somehow kick out. Meanwhile, Machine Gun Kelly hands Paul brass knuckles, and Paul hits Knight but doesn't connect fully. Paul goes for the shot, but Knight blocks it, hitting the BFT for the win as LA Knight is the new United States Champion. Next up, it's CM Punk vs. Drew McIntyre with Seth Rollins as the special referee. The special referee Seth Rollins calls it down the middle while thoroughly enjoying watching Punk and McIntyre brutalize each other. Punk snatches his friendship bracelet from McIntyre while he has the Anaconda vice locked in, but it's not the best strategy as McIntyre recovers. Punk goes for the GTS, only to pause when he sees Seth has the bracelet. Punk hits the GTS on Rollins, a low blow by McIntyre, and a Claymore as Rollins recovers enough to make the 3 count. Drew McIntyre wins the match. McIntyre recovers the bracelet and walks back triumphantly. Next up is the Intercontinental Championship match as champion Sami Zayn takes on Braun Breaker. Sami Zayn shows the undeniable heart that's taken him so far in the WWE. However, Braun has learned from the last match with the champion and he doesn't slow down, nailing a charging Zayn with a spear and following up with a second spear for the win. Braun Breaker is now the new Intercontinental Champion. After it was reported that he would never be allowed to return to the WWE, Brock Lesnar responded. The storyline for Brock thickens as he now speaks out about his ban from the company. Triple H had recently stated that there was nothing stopping him from returning, adding that he was just having fun. After more than a year without seeing Brock in the ring, Family Life supporters were eager to see him again. Some fans conjectured that, because of the coincidence between the claimed occurrences and Brock's signing a new contract with the WWE, he was the wrestler in question in Vince's trafficking case. Given that not many wrestling fans actually know he is accused in the case, the Wall Street Journal came out and labeled Brock as the wrestler, perhaps confirming those fans right who were thinking Brock was simply laying low until the issue was handled. Soon after, wrestling journalist Dave Meltzer revealed what had been going on behind the scenes with Brock. He appeared to suggest that the company had been advised to avoid Brock because of his involvement in the Vince case. This has effectively frozen Brock out of the company, leaving fans disappointed. Now, a source has spoken out and revealed how Brock feels about not returning to WWE and being forced into retirement from wrestling in their statement. According to the source, who addressed the media, Brock Lesnar is affluent, has a lovely family, and knows that nothing and no one can take that away from him. He doesn't worry about the hate he receives or whether he will return to wrestling, considering that Brock is more than capable of enjoying life with his family and doesn't need more money. Some fans believe that given his competitive nature, he will be sorely missed in the WWE. One fan said, "I'm not surprised by Brock's response. He's always been a private person who doesn't care what people think." Another said, "It's good to know that Brock is prioritizing his family and happiness over anything else." Brock made a very charged statement, and it actually sounds rather angry. Fans are speculating that he did want to return but is trying to play it off like he didn't. Another admirer remarked, "This whole thing is just a mess. It's unfortunate that Brock is associated with Vince's legal issues and that his wrestling career might be terminated as a result." Before you leave, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for daily news updates on your favorite CBS station. I hope Brock finds peace and happiness in response to the comment question on this video. Many thanks for viewing.